hopefully that fixed it. So hopefully you guys should be able to hear me now. And what up, what's up, brother? All right, guys, let me show you kind of where I'm at with this stuff and what's working and what's not working. So if you go up to the pad, you just hold E, of course, and pad will turn around. Once you do that, you want to apply the cuffs on them. Go to commands, cuff pad. He's gonna do a hard cuff. I do need to have like a light cuff in here. I haven't done that, but here goes the hard cuff. Okay. Now, if you notice, if I bump into him, there's that snap. So anytime you bump him, he'll snap. And it shouldn't do that. It should be like a hard cuff, but that was the first issue. So that made me remove a lot of different things from putting the pads in the vehicles and all that. But now that the cuffing is doing its thing, at least as far as putting their hands behind their back, I also put the escort back in. So now it kind of grabs them right there, and I got that position pretty good. So you're able to escort them like this, and then hit escort again, and it stops escorting them. But right now, as you can see, whenever I go to search pad or any of these things, all these things are deactivated right now because I had to get the cuffing thing done. So you'll see search pad, it'll pop up. Pad search is temporarily disabled while rebuilding pad commands, and all my other commands that are here, which is ask driver to exit vehicle, disabled, get back in vehicle, disabled, move pad to possession is disabled, cuff pad works. We need to put uncuff and cuff pad on the same tab. I don't know why I have them separate, but it's cool. Maybe once we do the hard cuff and the soft cuff, that'll change things. So everything else it's all deactivated right now because the cuffing thing was what was broken, and this is what made me do everything all over, was the snapping. And before, he wouldn't even turn around when you bumped him, so that's something new too. So he should basically like stand still if I bump him. So that's kind of what I'm dealing with that. As far as all the commands, now I can still ask the questions and stuff like that, and it pops up. Everybody is able to see the answer on what it gives. Of course, I still have to add a whole bunch of different questions and all that, but this is just the basic stuff to make sure that it was working and everybody would be able to see it. Now, aside from not being able to do any of the other commands because I had to fix the cuffing thing, that's kind of where we are with the cuffing stuff, and the pad commands and stuff like that. But before, I had it even to where you can look. Let me show you. If you would grab the pad and you come to the door, and this was really cool because I like that you can put them. You have to put them on the side that you want to put them on. So whenever you go to place pad in vehicle, it will give you this menu. And I did the passenger seat because a lot of Texas DPS, they put people in the front seat because they don't have cages in the back, and it's just really weird, but they do it. So that's why I wanted it. And and also here, but that's also disabled because I had to get the cuffing thing situated first. Which I like the cuffing, what it does now, which I had help yesterday. Somebody had helped me out on what it does for that hard cuff, but the snapping thing came back. So there I am back to square A on that. But at this point, I was just done with it. Also, you could put them in the right rear, and you have to open up the door for that to work. Because if you don't open up the door first, what will happen is it'll give you a message that you need to open up the door, which I did that on purpose because, hey man, when you put someone in the car, you want to open the door first. You know, immersion is what I'm looking for. And you can't just go up to the car, put in vehicle, and they just spawn inside the vehicle and all that. It's better for you to open the door, then place them in the vehicle and whatnot. So there's that. So those are all the commands that it has in there now. And now as far as, let me go ahead and release this guy now. Let me go ahead and stop escort. We'll do uncuff. And then I can release him. And then he'll go. Close the door again. Now the traffic stops, everything there works pretty good. I'm sure anything can always be better, but basically that's also, you hit a key behind mark the vehicle, you see traffic stop marked active activate emergency lights, and then he'll pull over. To cancel it, you just hold the same button for a while and let go, and it'll cancel the traffic stop. If you come, let's pull this guy over since there's nobody in front of him. You can hitting X will give you a marker point. Like if you want to pull him over, that really shouldn't pop up to activate your lights, but it's acting really funny right now. So we're just gonna go ahead and put that there. We're gonna put our lights on, and I think that's where he's gonna stop. So let's move him a little bit up here. That's just funny that it's barely moving. Come on. It's almost like I don't even have him pulled over. It's really weird. I don't know why it's doing that. It's acting funny. I'm gonna cancel that stop. Oh, the frustrations, I tell you. So let's mark this guy, light him up. It's gonna slow down, and he should pull to the right. I guess that's where he's gonna stop. I'm gonna move him over a little bit more. Excuse me. So hold on, brother. I'm not answering questions at the second just because I'm kind of going through this system real quick. So once you get them pulled over, of course you can turn out the car even more if you want, but just for testing purposes, you'll come up here, bring up the menu, go to documents, ask for license registration. Now once you do that, he'll answer, and then you just hit the J key, and then he'll pop up, the license will pop up on the bottom left, and it'll be the guy that's in the vehicle, as you can see, Larry Bailey. So then we can take that, go inside the vehicle, and you'll hit, I have it set to I. It'll bring up the CAD, the transparency is the cool thing. We can look pet up, hit the tab up here, and what's cool is you can take it off as well. And I really like that. So you just bring it, all this that's up here is for the right side. This is all for the NPC stuff. Everything down here should be for, like, if you want to play with your friends and you want to put them in the record system and they use a Civ. A couple friends, like I said, it's not so much community thing, but it's just like some of my friends wanna just play or whatever. We can put their names in the system and all that. That's how this one works. But these tabs up here, at least these two here, is for the NPCs. So we can put in their name, Larry Bailey. It doesn't have to be caps or anything like that. The only thing that has to be in caps is the plate, which I'll put that in there as well. So 05/18 1971. So we can search the pet. Something ain't spelled right. That's what that is. I think it's probably Bailey. B-A-I-L-E-Y. Still not finding this guy, which is really weird. 5/18. Right here. That's crazy. 1971. I messed the date up. So now we'll search him, and now it pops up his name here. Date of birth. all matches what's on the license, which is pretty cool. Shows that he's a male, status is clean, and then we can look his plate up, come down here. I don't have the plate reader on, so let's put that on there because that's a necessity we need. So we will go back into here. We'll put the plate in, which is this has to be caps, guys. ALG 4342, and you can search plate. Randomly, it's gonna show this. Like this one's coming up stolen, which is super cool. It's gonna always be random, and once it randomizes what it's gonna be, it'll always be that until we fix it or you change it, or I guess so. So there's that, and then when you go to records, you can search records on that person here, and you'll check their citations. It looks like they gave a random of speeding and failure to stop. Arrest reports, it looks like he has an assault, but if you notice there's no tag name next to it, that's because this is the random stuff. Now this will stay here unless you remove it. It won't keep randomizing it, it only randomizes it once. And once you do that, say you want to add arrest, then you click on this tab here, and then you can come over here and add. Let's just do another simple assault. Now if you notice, it put it there, put the date, the timestamp, and the person who gave them the charge. So you see that right away right there, and then you just hit save record, and it should save it, and then we can go up here, we can close it, and then search pet again, go to records, go to arrest, and for whatever reason it didn't save it that time, which is really weird. It has those moments. So we'll do simple assault again, we'll save record. It almost feels like it's not even clicking the button, but and then we'll try to close that again and see what happens. We'll search pet again, go to records, arrest, and it's still not showing it. So I don't know how that broke, but it was working at one point. Let's try to do it with the citation, add citation. We'll put disorderly conduct, save record, close it, and then we'll close this. We'll search pet again, go to records, citation. Well, see, it saved the citation one, so there's that. It shows your timestamp. So I don't know why it's not saving, now showing no arrest. So I don't know. Anyways, those are little kinks that I still got to get worked on and fixed. Well, at least showing what needs to be worked on and fixed. But that's basically how it'll work. And then inspections, that'll have to do with like if you're doing CMV stuff. And I love the status thing, because if you arrest them, you can come here and now you can put them on parole. Like if it's a heavy charge, you know they're going to be on parole whenever you stop them again. They'll be on parole because you put them on there. Or if somebody took off and you can find the ped, but you have the car, you could set a warrant out for that ped, and it'll put it, instead of it saying status clean, it'll put now status warrant in red, which is cool, and it should save that. Yeah, see, there it is. So this is basically how the system will work. Everything, the only thing I didn't do, which I know that needs to be added, would be the when you go to records and you go to like arrest records, is the reports. Like there's no thing to put, like to put the reports on that arrest. So at arrest, domestic assault, see right here, once you add there's a tab that says arrest. I haven't messed with that, but I think that should be cool where you can write what happened or whatever, but that's not active right now. That was just something I meant to do later. So we're gonna try to save this again, close this, search ped, go to records, go to arrest, and look, it actually saved it this time, which is really weird. Like I said, there's just little kinks that aren't working out. When you do like inspections, and I also haven't added this for the PEDs yet, for the NPCs, but only for for like real players is, let me turn all this off here. Click that off. Let me close this off. Like when you do the CMV stuff, it was really cool because you just come in here. Say you have somebody seated in the car and you're asking them questions about their truck. You just go here. Do you have your CDL with you? Ask the question. Here's their response. And if they don't have it, you'll ask this question. It should put the violation automatically over here. I want to do that for the NPC, but right now it's only for real players. Once it doesn't answer one of these the right way, which there is a chance. Let's see if this is current. Everything is current. Last question. I am within my legal driving hours today. Last break. Here we go. When was your last break? I should have taken a break sooner. So now it added the violation and the fine. Exceeded hours of service. So see, it put that violation in there. So that would be like for these guys here, like for the real players. But I do want to make that also for the NPCs, where it adds it to their stuff over here. But that's kind of where the CAD stuff is, and the ID stuff and the traffic stop. But everything else is what needs to still be addressed, as far as fixing the cuffing thing where it doesn't snap. I added the escort, but I still have to place them in the vehicle, remove them from the vehicle, searching them. And once all those things are added back, then if you find, of course, the drugs on them, then you can go back here and you'll get a prompt to open up the testing kit, so you can test whatever. It'll never, like I put it to where it'll never just say you found cocaine or weed on them. It's always going to say found a bag with white powder, found a bag with green leaves, because a cop can't just look at things and be like, this is what it is. So that way you can take that, bring it here, test that, and then it'll tell you what it is with the drug testing kit. So that's how I wanted it to be that way, because it's just more realistic than to be like, oh, I found a bag of cocaine. Well, you don't know if it's a bag of cocaine. It could be a bag of whatever else that looks like cocaine. So just that's kind of where I'm at. So hopefully this helps. And if you have any other questions, hit me up, man. You know my DM. Thank you guys. I'm out.